Kumar, thank you very much as always for joining us here on NewsX World. We now move on once again, where the United States President Donald Trump has announced that his special envoy, Steve Witkoff, will travel to Russia next week to advance talks on ending the war in Ukraine. Speaking to reporters, this is what Trump said.
And he may be going, I think next week, Wednesday or Thursday, may be going to Russia. They would like to see him. They've asked that he meet, so we'll see what happens.
Trump also repeated his call for a deal where people stop getting killed, added that failure to reach one could result in very severe tariffs against Russia. This comes after a Russian missile strike on Kyiv last week killed 31 people. Let's listen in to the US president.
Yeah, get a deal where people stop getting killed. They had a number that just came out that a tremendous number of Russian soldiers are being killed. And likewise, Ukraine, a lower number, but still thousands and thousands of people. And now we're adding towns where they're being hit by missiles. So it's a lot of people being killed in that ridiculous war.
Witkoff, who has met President Putin multiple times, is also involved in Middle East peace efforts, having visited Tel Aviv this weekend to meet hostage families and Israeli Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu. We're now joined by Glenn Grant, who's an ex-advisor to the Ukrainian Defense Minister. He joins us live from Riga in Latvia. Glenn, always a pleasure to talk to you on this issue.
Yeah, thank you. Good morning.
Good morning. Glenn, what are your thoughts about Steve Witkoff and his capabilities to negotiate a peace deal with the Russian president? Obviously, we've seen an interview from him just a few months ago, which signaled some warming towards Moscow and also particularly their head, Vladimir Putin. What are your thoughts, especially with Donald Trump's growing frustration with Vladimir Putin and his actions on the battlefield?
Yeah, well, I mean, the first thing one has to look at is that Witkoff is a man with a Russian heritage and is a Russia lover. And the second thing is that he clearly has no grasp whatsoever of the real situation between Russia and Ukraine. He's one of those who was supporting Trump when he was putting pressure on Ukraine previously, when in fact the problem was Russia. So I don't think that that Witkoff going there is going to change what Russia is doing. What Russia will be trying to do is to change how Witkoff sees it, to try and make him understand that the evil in all this is Ukraine, not Russia. And Witkoff is so naive. I am pretty sure he's going to come back with that sort of message to Donald Trump, that the Russians are ready for peace, and that it's just Zelensky that's stopping it. I'd be very surprised if anything else other than that message came back.
Yes, Glenn, how have you analysed Witkoff's capabilities in negotiating these peace deals? We're running visuals now of Steve Witkoff shaking hands and smiling with Russian President Vladimir Putin. What more can you tell us about Donald Trump's top envoy and also his negotiating capabilities?
I'm not sure he has any other outside of negotiating for real estate deals. I mean, this is probably, arguably the most, or one of the most complex activities taking place in the world at the moment. And Witkoff has shown no ability or understanding for dealing at this level. He just happens to be a good friend of Trump, an old real estate friend of Trump, and that is not a good choice when actually what we're looking at is something that needs absolutely world-class diplomacy.
Yes, Glenn Grant, thank you very much for joining us. Always a pleasure to talk to you and have you.